wherever you're watching from, whenever you're watching, whether you're watching the recording live. Glad that you're here. Excited to be with you on another day. Little segment I call Coffee Chat, where I come to you, spend 5 to 7 minutes, 3 minutes, depending on the day, share a little bit about what I'm learning, what I'm going through, and hope to add value to your life. So the first off, just like Sesame Street, if you were a child watching Sesame Street, I was, today is brought to you by the values, character, and integrity. Now, just like Sesame Street was brought to you by the letter C or the letter I, today it's character and integrity. And they were words that popped up in two different segments that part of my daily routine, a little bit from Peter Drucker, a little bit from Tony Dungy. And this was shared, and I want to share it with you. Character and integrity by themselves, they don't accomplish anything. But without them, man, everything falls apart. Tony Dungy shared when he was the head coach of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they had a losing history. It was kind of a down and out organization. He got hired. And the first season he was there, he lost 5 games. He was really challenged when they're like, what are you doing? And he knew there was something bigger at play, that it was standing true to character and integrity and continue to drive the process. When we let our character and integrity get swayed, man, that's when everything falls apart. It's not when we chase after results and we don't achieve them that things fall apart. It's when instead we chase after results and we allow our character and integrity to go by the wayside. And then really at the end of the day, what do you have to stand on? What do you have to rely on? What are you really made of? This morning, I had the opportunity to lead a training session where we talked about vision. And for a vision, it needs to be built on why. For your personality and for what your leadership, what your accomplishment is, what your leadership is, it really should be built on character and integrity. What do you stand for and why? What's your character? And a lot of times that is displayed when you're challenged the most. Integrity is, what are you going to do when no one else is looking? What are you going to do when maybe the easy way is the way that gets short results? But when you compromise, it's going to lead to a lot of other bad things. Standing true to your character and integrity is really the foundation that everything is built on. And the next thing I want to go over this morning is, again, something part of my routine. And it's a great question to ask. Are you preparing? We should be in a constant state of preparation. Now, I'm not a doomsdayer. I'm not sitting here thinking that I need to load up my house with firearms and ammunition and food and whatever else because I feel like the world is going to end. That's not me. Now, I do believe in preparation. Preparation is the greatest antidote to fear, says author Ryan Hawk. And I agree with that. He prepared diligently when he was a quarterback playing in college. And it's that preparation that allowed him to have success. I believe that the more that you prepare, the more that you internalize, actually, the freer then you can become. I was listening to something yesterday, and a speaker was talking about how much that, if you're not, say, real articulate, maybe you don't have all of the knowledge down, the amount of preparation, the amount of memorization you do really helps move you along. You think about the difference between actors that memorize scripts compared to ones that, live in the character. It said that Daniel Day-Lewis, when he was in several movies, including the movie Lincoln, that he was in character the entire time. He became the character. He ate, he talked, he thought as that character. He internalized it. And I think when you do that, all of a sudden your actions become so natural. If you're speaking and communicating with others, the more that you internalize the information, the more preparation that you do, the easier it is to speak, the easier it is to communicate, the easier it is to interact. Are you prepared? To me, every day is a moment to prepare. All right, last thing I want to share with you today, my thought of the day, it's this. It's hard enough to own your insecurities. Don't carry someone else's. There's a friend of mine yesterday, and they were sharing how, really they were being affected by someone else's insecurities. And as I thought about that and I thought about how often that happens, that really, when we allow someone else's insecurities to bog us down, it not only overwhelms our own insecurities, it makes it really hard for us to identify and own them. Stop and think about that. It's hard enough to own your insecurities, much less carry someone else's. Take off that backpack, let them carry it. Admit, open up, be vulnerable about your own. And then all of a sudden, what I found, there's their insecurities no longer matter. Hope you got value from this today. Thanks for being here. Appreciate